Hello, hello, hello.
Yo.
I don't know what to do.
Thought you'd...
Uh, I I had all this written out, but I'm autistic. My plans changed. Um, no, hello everybody, and welcome to the stream. Um, I'm getting the stream up where I can look at it, but I can't hear it because I want to make sure everything's going okay. Um, Yeah, welcome everybody to the stream. This is the campaign that is going to be known as Advanced Dungeons and Intermediate Dragons. It is a D&D campaign that is going to feature these lovely people. Students, say hello.
Hello,
Well,
student.
well.
I mean, hello.
Hello.
This is before the campaign even starts, and this is what I have to put up with.
You're very polite.
Yeah. I am going to be your guidance counselor for this wonderful campaign. My name is Moxlow, as most of you already know. If you don't, where have you been? And there are a few faces that most of you will recognize. Some of you may not. Hopefully, you may find a new wonderful streamer that you enjoy. Maybe it's one that subs for 4 months and are on a 2 month streak, and they write the word "come" in their sub message.
Bro, that's fucking
Maybe
wild. What?
maybe
that?
it's a Scottish non-binary streamer with a penchant for Pokemon Showdown, or maybe it's, well, if you're here, then it's, you probably already know Harbor, probably already know Eli. So I don't need to advertise them. But they
No,
are
please
wonderful.
plug me.
They are wonderful. So if you're not following, follow already. Follow now. Yes. So a little bit up top. This is going to be a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign, a modernish setting. It's not going to be a super serious campaign. It can't be super serious considering we have a hype train incoming already. Thanks. But that's not why it can't be super serious. It can't be super serious because we have Chris here. Don't expect it to be any form of serious.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. For those of you who have no idea what Dungeons and Dragons is, I pity you and I envy you because you might not be a virgin. For those of you who already know what Dungeons and Dragons is, this is going to be a pretty self-explanatory game. And for those of you learning, come along for the ride, learn how to play, and hopefully stick around and have fun, enjoy the characters, enjoy the story. Is there anything, Harbour Lord, master of the channel, is there anything that you would like to say or get out off at the top of this this session?
Yeah, so just a couple of housekeeping rules, guys, for people in chat there. So as much as I very much appreciate all, like, any subs, raids, follows, anything else that happens, if you do it while we're in session, we will not be responding to it because we'll be getting into character and don't want to, like, break the cycle of cool things that are going on. Well, if we're on break or whatever, I'll happily interact with you guys then. But just while we're in session, it's not really something that I'm going to be able to do. Housekeeping rule number 2: this is homebrew. If there's anyone thinking of being a rule shark, I'm going to say this off the top: don't. Nobody likes it. This is a very homebrew, just a couple of friends sitting around playing some Dungeons and Dragons. We are doing it to have fun. This is not like an Adventures Coast official game or anything like that. So if you feel the urge rise in you to say, that's not how that rule works, you're not supposed to get that as a bonus action, fucking don't. And with that, we'll pass back to our dear Mux though.
Yeah. If anybody needs that simplified, some people play the rules raw, RAW, rules as written. I play it AMT, at my table. So, at my table, the rules that I apply are my rules. And most importantly, the rule of cool. If something breaks the rules, but you can give me a good enough reason to do it, I'm going to give you a chance to do it.
There is also the fact that, like, with Raw, we tend Maxwell and me have played like D&D together for like on and off like 5-6 years at this point, and whenever like one of us runs a game, how we approach Raw is the same way that the pirates approach the code in Pirates of the Caribbean. Sure, they're more like guidelines anyway.
Exactly. But there won't be any parlay in this. If you die, you fucking die. This is a warning.
This is not a warning, this is a threat.
This isn't a threat, this is a promise. But yes, getting into that, I would like to invite all of you watching to join us on this journey as we enter the world of Iltanian that I have created and that I hope you will enjoy. Greetings and salutations, students. I am a disembodied voice from the ethereal realm that you will recognize later in the campaign. For now, you may call me Professor Therabim. Our journey starts here, in the world of Iltenian, one of many variations of the physical plane. To be more specific, we start in the 530th year after the abolishment of knowledge, a large-scale catastrophic event that wiped out a large percentage of the population, and almost all ancient knowledge was cast into oblivion. We now live in a time post-abolishment, and all times beforehand are known as the Unwritten Ages, and yet relics of such a wondrous and glorious age still exist within the worlds before our very eyes, such as here, in the White Fawn Kingdom. Home of the White Fawn Kingdom and its empire, its many rolling green fields, far-off forests and caves, but perhaps most notably, Truearm's Academy for Adventurers, where our lovely 5 students here are brand new enrollments. As we focus in to these 5 students, who have all arrived fresh off the train, ready and willing to learn, for knowledge and adventure abound, whatever may hold the key ahead of them. Time shall continue on, and I shall continue to be a disembodied voice. All going well, of course. And now we see our players laid bare. So, the 5 of you are standing at the gates of the city of Agolane. Agolane, city on the edge of the lake. As it continues out, you can see standing before you is this large, beautiful statue of 2 twirling dragons that reach up, and water falls from their horns and their mouths, creating a water feature that falls down and down and down. The city of Agolane is known for the large and impressive Adventurers Academy that stands at the very edge of the waterfall on this lake. Truearm's Academy for Adventurers. All of you have enrolled here this year. For whatever reasons may have found your interest, you believe that it was best for you to pursue a legal and respectable career as an adventurer, or simply to gain your adventuring license for the other benefits that it such permits. As happened in Session 0, which was off-stream, immediately coming into the city, you have found that danger can lurk around every corner. something as simple as waiting for the hustle and bustle of the rush hour train traffic to finish, you find yourselves enthralled in a fight with a few juvenile mimics who had found their way into a passenger's possession. You have been escorted out to the front steps, thanked for your help with the previous matter, and told enrollment begins in about 2 hours. It is straight ahead on the other side of the square. Welcome to Agalain, and please do not be late. As you stand here on the tops of these large descending stone staircases that carry down into the square, it's more of a pavilion that is filled on every side with a number of shops, taverns, theaters, bookstores, cafes. If this seems to be like the central marketplace or central social shopping area of Agolin. You can see behind you a few members of the Paladins of Selenia, who is the Lady of the Lake. The Paladins of Selenia are currently closing up the train station and dealing with the mess within. You've been sent on your way with directions of where to go and a little bit of free time should you desire to grab a coffee, discuss what has happened, get to know the party with which you have just stopped a very potentially catastrophic event from occurring. And if you have no interest in any of that and you simply want to get on and get into school, that is also free for you to do. As the sun is shining down on you, the first person that I will ask now as you step out and you see this sight of Agalain before you, Kyler, what catches your eye as you stand atop these steps and you can see out over a large portion of the city and you can see the ever-reaching lake ending off into the waterfall that disappears?
Okay, so Kyler, being the Triton that he is, I feel would be immediately attracted to the water, having been so long out with the the good graces of Liquid. Would want to mosey on down, find a place by the waterfront that has a sizable or a reasonable amount of people, with which he may rejuvenate and replenish following the encounter at the train station.
Okay. Yeah, you find your way down towards the large kind of water feature that empties down into like a shallow fountain, and you just enjoy the cooling mist that kind of sprays off of the statues every now and again. You talk to a few of the people enjoying the sun, and you manage to recuperate slightly from the damage that you received in the last fight. So you can take a short rest,
Yes.
I'm going to say. Of course, I've already met your characters, so I had a brain fart moment. But Cass, could you describe to us what people see when they look at Kyler?
Kyler Crestwave is a young Triton paladin of noble heritage. He is a paladin who's taken an oath of the ancients, and the ancient one he supports is the true god of the deep black fathoms beneath the waves. The god is a large squid-like Cthulhu entity. But looking at Kyler, you don't see a dark-robed cultist or winged eyeliner and dark tattoos. No. Kyler looks like a blue-skinned California youth pastor. with jean bracelets and shark tooth necklaces embellishing his frame. He wears 3/4 length chainmail shorts that have large, loose-fitting boots pulled over, a chainmail shirt lazily strewn across his broad, sun-kissed shoulders, which produces a nice dark blue effect, and he has the smile that only the rich and vapid could truly possess, where everything seems like it's going to be okay.
Lovely. He's going to be a beloved character, I can tell. Um, Kyler, as you're enjoying your short rest, the rest of you, Drazian, played by Eli, Geraldine, played by Meowsician Cat, Lilith, played by Alaska Babe, and Kronk, played by Distractions are. What do the rest of you do? What is, as you're standing here with the entire city out before you, ready to look and see, what attracts you to fill these 2 hours of time before you have to head to the gates of Truearms?
Well, hey, what's up? I'm Kronk. Kronk, being a fairly simple-minded fellow, sees something that he likes, kind of just wants to go after it, right? We encountered a fairly villainous-looking fellow. Kronk wasn't too concerned about him or his motives, but he had a pretty cool-looking cape that just kind of swirled around him and he disappeared. So I'm just gonna kind of go around to like little armor shops, magical item shops, and just kind of like window shop. I'm not gonna go in anywhere. Kronk's gonna see if they've got any cool magical looking capes that I could take a peek at.
Okay. I'm not even going to make, because you have so much time, I'm not going to make you do a roll or anything, because it quickly becomes apparent to you, as much as you window shop, you have no idea what you're actually looking for other than a cape. Barbarians,
Okay, yeah, that checks.
well, not barbarians, but those skilled in the fist do not tend to have knowledge of magical items to an excessive degree.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So after a few times of going, oh, that might be, wait, that's not the right shade of red. And quickly realizing I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. It may be a better idea for you to try and find out, okay, what exactly was that item? Who can I talk to say, what's a cape that makes me go swirly poof by?
So the first thing that Kronk thinks, right, is Kronk's like, if I need to know something, I would go to a library, right? Who have I seen in a library recently? I saw that one bard-looking lady in a library recently. Maybe she knows a good book that I could attempt to read to figure out about a magical disappearing cape. So I'm gonna go find someone that I briefly met at the train station and see if I can find Geraldine, I think.
Okay. And just a quick recap, would you like to explain to us what people see whenever they look at Kronk?
Oh yeah, so hey, what's up? My name's Kronk. I do professional wrestling as kind of a living here. I go town to town. I am a Goliath, meaning that I kind of have stone-looking skin. I am 7 feet and 11 inches tall. Kind of a blue hue, grayish blue hue to it. I put on a mustache when I go out to wrestle. It looks very cool. I also am upwards of 365 pounds, and my pronouns are he, him. Just a very big, tall, stone-looking dude. This is what,
Okay.
what you see.
Kronk the Progressive Wrestler. That's him. Um,
Maybe The Rock can tell you in Chinese.
Oh my gosh.
okay. Yeah, Kronk, this huge, lovable chunk of muscle and death, goes looking for Geraldine. Geraldine, what do people see when they look at you, and what are you currently doing by the time Kronk is coming to look for you?
I think I'm probably gonna have found just a place to relax, maybe like near one of the fountains where Kyler was, and read my book. And probably be a little startled when I see this 7-foot stone-looking ass man walking
8
towards
feet.
me. Oh, my bad.
Well,
Eight.
7'11" is what I'm billed at. But,
Oh, but you're gonna tell them
And
it's 8, right?
those are two different measurements.
Those are very different. Um,
7'11".
you see those sweatpants.
and I'm just gonna be reading my book, just relaxing. I didn't have too much of a part in the recent combat, so just sort of taking in the environment, kind of a quiet person when I don't know people yet.
Okay.
So just sort of keeping to myself and reading my book and sitting with my various instruments that I have with me.
Okay. Is the book that you bought?
It sure is.
Okay, so Kronk, as you approach Geraldine, who is sitting down on one of the benches that surround this large central area, you approach her and you notice that she is reading a book called In Her Grove, a Feywild Love Story.
Okay.
And as she sits there, she looks up at you and looks a little bit startled as, quite frankly, the size and heft of your frame probably blocks out the sun coming down on her.
Makes sense. All right. So Kronk could be aware that he could be an intimidating fellow when he doesn't appear to be. So he has a seat, a respectable distance away. He doesn't want to get too close. And to try to kind of break the ice there, says, hey, I'm Kronk. We met at the train station. Saw you in a library. See you reading a book about Into Her Grove. Did she get there from a magical cape?
Hi. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I don't think her grove was from a cape. No. Sorry.
Okay. I understand.
Do you need something?
Yes, actually. Hello. My name's Kronk, by the way.
Geraldine Boulevard. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Geraldine. I'm sorry if I'm large and startling.
Sorry if I'm small and startling.
That is not your fault. Okay,
Are
so
you flirting with me, Kronk?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I saw you in a library shortly before we both were attacking luggage together. On the other side of the room. And
Right.
I thought, did you see that one guy who kind of like disappeared with a cloak and he just kind of whooshed and he disappeared?
You want one, don't you?
I want one real bad, yeah.
You don't know what you're looking for, do you?
I don't. And I saw you in a library, so I thought you might be smart or know a book.
I think Geraldine's just going to sort of take a moment and let that conversation seep in to her. Just take a moment and realize that she's about to be the brains of this entire operation. And I appreciate that you thought me smart, but I'm reading smut right now. So we can go look for this cape though, but not you're not going to find that information from this kind of book.
Okay.
Yeah. So, did you look in any stores?
I looked in stores and then I realized that I'm very bad at locating magical items. Are you good at that at all, by any chance? Do you know
Yeah.
magic?
I could help. You just want a magical cape to disappear in?
Yeah, just like some teleporting magical cape would be rad.
How tall are you?
I'm 7'11".
We might
Those are
have
two
to.
different measurements. Get it? I'm sorry if that was inappropriate. No, I'm almost 8 feet tall.
We might have to custom order you one.
I'm okay with looking silly. I do professional wrestling, so it's totally fine.
Okay, capes are not spandex shorts though.
Okay. If it just looks
So-
kind of like a napkin around my neck, totally
That's
fine.
that's
Very
okay.
funny.
Okay.
Nacho Libre looking motherfucker.
That's exactly what I was imagining. Sure. I'm sure there's a magical oddities or clothing store we can go find.
Oh, you know what? That's a great. I wasn't even reading like the signs on the stores. I was just kind of looking in to see if they had capes.
You
So that's a great
you-
idea.
you can read though, right?
I can read. I read the title of
Okay.
that book. I'm
Oh, okay.
just
fair.
I just kind of forgot. I was really focused on that cape thing. It's so cool.
Got
It
it.
would be so
I-
cool to teleport, right? Like, come on, right?
They'd have to make wrestling rules preventing that though.
I would probably just use it for the entrance, just like a real flashy entrance, get people on my side. You know what I mean?
The art of it, right? I understand.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Sure, I can walk with you.
That would be
Sure.
wonderful. Thank you.
So my character Geraldine is only like 5'2", and you're going. So this is now a pairing of this Black Parade, My Chemical Romance outfit with shoulder shoulder guards that have spikes on them. She's covered in rhinestones and bone appliques all over her jacket. She's got combat boots, and she's got this glowing neon green magic looking lute and guitar over her back. And so she's going to tuck away her book into her bag and stand up and realize she's not as tall as Kronk sitting down.
As you stand up, it is also at this point that you realize Kronk sitting on one end of the bench and you on the other. You have actually raised maybe about 6 inches off the ground.
No!
So as you go to put your feet
Hop
down, yeah, you kind of have to skirt and then hop off the bench. At which point the bench just goes even further.
No! Oh my god. Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Cool.
Before we get into any shopping episode style things, I'm going to, as Geraldine stands and Kronk is as you stand, your eye level is lip level with Kronk. Which is, I mean, hot or scary, that's up to you. Could be both.
Geraldine's into it, but's not trying to lead on it.
Kronk's oblivious. Even with the flirting comment, didn't get. He was too focused on the cape.
One track mind. Okay.
As Geraldine begins to guide Kronk on this journey, much akin to an older sister going to buy their younger sibling, you want to go get Lego? Yeah, I can show you where you can buy Lego.
As an aside, what's the age difference between Kronk and I? Do we know?
I mean, I think because all races are different age differently. We're all
Right,
kind
but
of on the early stages of adulthood relevant to us. Do you know what I mean?
right. So different.
I
But we're all
think so.
early college age. Is that what
Yeah.
we're sort of into? Okay.
Yeah, in terms of like actual years, elves, as you know, if elves are in the Feywild, they are technically immortal because their aging slows to such a speed where it's negligible. Outside of that, they can live 600-700 years before they start to really feel like an old person. And Goliaths, on the other hand, are probably Goliaths age at the same rate as humans. So
Okay.
Kronk may be like early 20s, and if you're like elf, early 20s.
I'd be like early 50s, late 40s.
Yeah, you'd be like in your like 40s, 50s, yeah.
40, okay.
Gotta love a MILF.
We know I love him anyway. They didn't see the library scene.
Okay. So I'm just realizing I have so many tabs open. But yes.
The curse of a DM.
Yeah, believe me. So yes, as this strangely matched duo begin to take on the challenge of finding the cape that can make Kronk go whoosh.
Kronk go whoosh. Kronk go whoosh.
We cut over to Drazian. Drazian, you still have most of you're carrying your luggage. You've packed light. You have the essentials, and you're used to long journeys. But you've reached your destination and you have time to wait, which is not something that has often happened in the journeys that you've had, where you've had essentially what is a layover. And standing in a city such as this, not too different from your hometown, what catches your eye?
First off, am I in earshot of their conversation?
Yeah, I would say if you stick in and around the pavilion, you'll probably catch a glimpse of it as you walk past.
Okay, so can I like hear the mention of the cloak and stuff? Like, am I in earshot of the conversation? Right, without saying anything, can I make an Arcana check to see if I know what it is?
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, first on-screen roll. Let's go.
That is a 17.
You would know a item that has a similar effect. Whether it is the exact item that Kronk is looking for, however, you aren't sure. But you do remember one of your father's companions in time long past wielded a similar cape called the Cape of the Mountebank.
Okay.
But whether it's the exact one, you're not 100% sure.
Okay. Right, so for context, Drazian, much like Geraldine, looks reminiscent of like the Black Parade. Drazian kind of looks like he was nabbed out of the music video for the Black Parade, but also like combined with some kind of weird like modern fantasy setting. So basically he's wearing like this long black doublet cloak. So it's sealed, buttoned at the front. Long black leather. On his right hand, he's got like a fingerless leather glove. On his left hand, he does not wear a glove. But if you look close enough, you'll see a funky looking tattoo on the palm of his hand. On his left shoulder blade, he's wearing a black pauldron lined with silver. Black trousers and very like high black leather boots that basically look like Doc Martens, essentially. Has this kind of like almost like shoulder length but not quite silver hair, and matching beard as well. Is very like not old silver, but as in like looks like he's out of like an anime or video game silver. So he's quite youthful, but has that funky anime protagonist hair color essentially. And upon hearing this conversation between Geraldine and Kronk, Drazian suddenly pipes up and is like, I may be able to help you with what you're looking for, big man.
Are you gonna be nice to me this time?
Yeah, as long as you don't start taking credit for things that you didn't actually do this time.
Children. Children.
Anyway, point is, what you're looking for is something called the Cloak of the Mountebank.
Alright, and how do you spell that?
Does
Kronk takes out a
Kronk
pencil.
does Kronk know magic?
No, I don't think so, no.
Wait, so would the cape work?
Kronk casts fist.
Okay, but like, isn't that a spell associated with that cloak?
That is so in 5e it's slightly different to like other editions where if you're magic you have a use magic item skill. In 5e anybody can use magic items as long as you've spent time getting used to them.
Got it.
And attuning to them if necessary.
Attuning, yeah. Okay.
But
beat it in a
absolutely
wrestling
fair
match.
question,
Got it.
because you would kind of think, magic item, only
Right.
magic people know how to use. I can see where your brain went.
Okay.
So, that is essentially what you're looking for. Best bet. Would I have seen like a magic item store like on our way to where we are at this fountain area?
You can see one from where you're standing.
Okay. I point that at said magical item store. I was like, that's probably best place to look. I need to go there anyway, so if you two want to come with, be my guest.
Sure.
The one that you can see from here as you walk past the fountains, the one that you can see is a shop that is like this fine writing, very regal kind of. It looks like someone has somehow like handwritten in stone Rundars, and you can see these kind of like buzzing. It almost looks like a kid's toy shop, but it logically you're like, oh no, that's a magic item shop, because it's like live displays of what items do is what you're seeing going on in the window. And as you're all kind of walking towards that area, intent on like, let's go and see if we can find this, there's this deep bubbling that happens from the fountain beside you, and you watch as bursting up from the water, clad in this Hawaiian chainmail, blue skin glistening, bouncing. You can almost see aquatic rainbows in each droplet that trace his perfect jawline. His hair somehow soaking yet untouched by the water as he bursts out in a perfect, like
Ariel.
He T-poses out of the water, flips in the air, and lands in a superhero Black Widow-esque landing beside you, and looks up.
Friends, brothers, sisters, siblings, and we are blessed to be back together again. Where are we going?
Oh, it's
Hi.
you from earlier.
Yes, indeed. You may have recognized my wondrous, incredible tendrils of water, blessed by the will of...
Yeah, definitely noticed that one. Was pretty cool, actually. That was rad. I gotta give it to you.
It's the swordfish guy.
The swordfish, yes.
Swordfish.
You've
right.
heard the tale of the good swordfish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasn't
Yeah.
everybody?
Amazing. Where are we going? We're a team now, right? Because as I understand it, we do a lot of group projects together, and honestly, I couldn't be dealing with people who like worship fire gods or something, I,
I'm slowly going to shift my flaming loot on my back away from him.
What about lightning? Are you and your god okay with lightning
I
stuff?
I use lightning.
Okay, we're cool.
Sea storms. Come on.
But no fire?
Well, fire gets doused by water pretty quickly. It's why even bother?
Yeah, but if you have a grass type,
I'm saying,
Yeah.
is there Pokemon in this universe?
Fire.
There
Isn't
are
water weak to electricity?
Yeah, exactly.
There are, like, beast battles where people collect teams of smaller magical beasts and
Got it.
Pet
combat each
battles.
other.
Great. Now we're
It's,
all
it's, called, it's
Pet
called
battles?
it's called animal cruelty, but like,
God. Now we're all terrified of Lilith's
Uh-oh.
familiar.
but yes, pet battles are technically a thing in this universe. If that
They're
becomes
technically a thing in our universe as well. If you're
No. Anyway, okay. Well, we were going to go to a magic shop. Can you dry off before coming with us?
and Kyler's gonna go absolutely and just like shake his head vigorously and just kind of send water cascading everywhere.
or
Miraculously,
it gets wet.
is close.
Geraldine
Make a-
is wet.
Make a saving throw from being soaked. And he just kind of reaches into the fountain and drags out a waterproof pack and his trident, and just kind of throws it over his shoulder. It's like, let's go.
So can you just travel in water? Just any water? Or were you sleeping there or something? What was going on there?
Oh, I just did I fall asleep?
You don't have to stress yourself too hard, bud. That's all right.
I don't think so. No.
That's all right.
I closed
let's go to
my
the.
eyes, but I was blinking.
Okay, let's go to the what?
The store.
Let's go to the
yeah,
store.
But,
huh?
That's
wasn't there another
Yeah,
another one of us?
where did
The one with the
Dagger Girl
cat.
go?
Yeah,
the girl with
scary
the
chair lady.
scary chair lady with the daggers and the.
Oh yes, the
as the group is now kind of questioning, wait, where did that other person go? Lilith, what do they see when they look at you, and what are you currently doing?
Well, it's funny that you were talking about my familiar because you didn't notice it was sitting next to you the whole time listening. So it pads back over to me and tells me everything that I've just heard you say. How sweet of it. I just knocked my desk over.
Fun fact for how familiars work, it doesn't need to like communicate with you. You can actually just see and hear through its eyes and ears.
Perfect, that's what I just did then.
I just did that.
I just did that. So that's amazing because I was gonna go find a place to finish my breakfast that was ruined already in the train station by the four of them. And now it seems I'm not gonna do that because you're all going somewhere, so clearly my breakfast would be ruined anyway, because I'm sure you'll get into trouble. So I guess I walk my way over there. I'll tell you what I look like if you're so inclined to know.
please.
I'm begging.
Lilith is a tiefling bard, and her skin is this like beautiful purple tone. It just got a shine of makeup on it, so it's almost got a shimmer to it. It's the highlighter. She's got really long dark hair and these really beautiful black horns that kind of come up and like swirl to the side. That kind of looks almost like the curls in her hair. She is wearing almost like a black tunic kind of thing that's really long. It has like slits in it, so it kind of like drapes down. You can like see her legs through it. She's got like little like breeches on underneath with some boots that have a heel and like a little like cincher belt thing that's tied up in the back. She's very gorgeous. and extremely intimidating, but yet somehow charming.
Self-insert?
Yeah,
Aren't we all?
perhaps it is. Perhaps it is.
Certainly not.
So I guess instead of having my morning mimosa, I will follow you all on your magical journey to the store because I love shopping. This will be fun.
Okay. As they are all discussing you, then you obviously kind of come back to your own consciousness through the eyes of your familiar, who is whatever name you've decided to give them.
Oh yeah, I have forgotten. I
It's-
kind of like Malort.
Malort. Okay.
Really consider.
Malort.
begging
and
Murders
Malady.
everyone in sight.
Malort.
My lord.
Malort. Anytime the name is whispered, everyone within 30 feet takes psychic damage.
I'm resistant, so
Everyone thinks
from
I'm saying my
Chicago.
lord.
I,
And I'm just like, no, it's Malort.
I was sure that
No,
it
you
was
need to
going to be
try it. It's so
Chris
terrible.
or Cass that was going to be the cause of me absolutely corpsing and just bursting into a fit of giggles. But no, but that was the
Malort.
thing. Malort.
Malort?
The night has been young, I'm sure we'll manage.
so is Malort with you, or is Malort doing? What are Malort's pronouns?
They, them.
How very
Concerning.
Malort.
Malort.
Malort is a being above all gender concerns.
Very,
Yeah.
very gender of them.
Yeah.
That's very gender of them.
Okay. Then as you're all kind of discussing, going, where is this person? There's a moment where you're kind of all like looking at each other, and then before you know it, Lilith is standing with the rest of you, her arms kind of crossed, looking at you.
Kronk gets scared and like
Indeed,
falls down.
That-
like, backs up and trips and falls down. Kronk is very scared of scary chair lady.
Kyler was still speaking about her when she approached because he has a flat passive perception of, I think, like 8.
God,
so
really?
So it's like, no, passive perception's 11, so it's not much better. Passive investigation's 8.
Yeah, if things aren't if things aren't moving, you don't see them. You're a
No,
T-Rex.
like a T-Rex. It was like, yes, the imperial-looking tiefling had a rather strange way of putting things. He certainly
she's
wanted to
right
get a chair, perhaps
there.
does not deign to
Tyler!
Oh my god!
That's impressive. That is very, very, very impressive.
You're
I
like
found
floating.
if I stand still long enough, they can't see me.
I thought the daggers back there was impressive, but that is surprisingly even more so.
Hello. There.
Hello. You were
Um,
saying such wonderful things about me. I wanted to come hear them for myself.
This cat, yours? What's your name?
It just follows me around. My name is Lilith.
Great. Do you want to come with us?
I think I will, yeah.
Great.
Since-
We're gonna drop them at a little store. Do you want to go get a drink?
Yes.
Great. Let's go.
Okay.
I want to drink with Lilith.
You all continue on towards Rundar's. You go beneath these, like it's almost like a palisade where there's these large, like stone marble pillars that hold up a further front section of a building, and the entrances to all of the shops are within this little kind of covered gap. It's very it's very like visually appealing, especially as you get closer. You see these orbs inside of glass containers that have electric shooting to the glass containers. Yeah, and you see people touching it, and the the electric shoots to their finger, and you see a couple of kids go, oh, and like have an existential crisis of what if I'm a mage. You see a small cat like puppet that has a very like overly large pair of whiskers, a very fine hat, and the puppet is playing the flute rather like very impressively and majestically, and you can hear it as you approach closer to the store. As you get into the store and you go through the doors, it's relatively busy. And as you get in, you see, this seems to be a store where people will stay for a while, peruse the different items, and it kind of acts as I'm trying to think of the closest equivalent that you guys would have. We have them, and they're called Waterstones.
I know this one.
Oh, Barnes
There's
and Noble.
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble.
Fuck, beat me to it.
It's a Barnes and Noble with like they have a section where you can go and buy magical items, and you can go or you can sit down and get a coffee or a drink and relax for a while and peruse some of the books that are here before you decide to buy one. It's a
Kind of books.
any kind you want.
Thank you.
Any kind you. There are a few significantly less smut books in this store.
Worthless.
This is not worth my time. There are significantly less smut books, but there's still like a number of books about this is how this magic is formed. Here's different magical theory. Is it possible that people without the gift of arcane magic could use spells if given certain items or certain skills? It seems to be the majority of books in here seem to be about the topic of magic and its use, its structures, and even some of them are spell books, like the different schools of wizardry, evocation, necromancy, abjuration, transmutation. They're books that you can pick out, learn a spell, pay for it, and put it back. And as you get in, sitting behind the what would be like the only singular till, the cashier, is a lanky, red-haired elf, dressed very fine in this kind of ocean blue-green suit with sequined lapels. The hair is slicked back and put into a single long ponytail, with the most garish yet somehow it fits with his look scrunchie that you've ever seen. Like you've never seen a scrunchie that looks like it's made out of the inside of a rock, but this is one that looks like it's made out of the inside of a rock. It's iridescent, and you can see the light bouncing within the scrunchie. It's like looking into the mirror of 1,000 worlds that ties up a redhead elf hair. And as you enter, he kind of turns his face to all of you and he goes, "Why, hello there, folks. What can I do for you today?"
Hi there. Couple of things. We're new in town. My tall friend here is looking for a Cloak of the Mountebank. I know, not common magical item, but we thought we might as well see if you had one about on you where he may find one.
Well there, friend, this ain't a common city. I do have quite a few Cloaks of the Mountebank in my possession. currently at what I would consider an affordable price for an establishment such as my own. It's going to be 7,200 gold pieces.
Thank you for letting me know. Not something I'll be able to grab right this instant. Gonna have to win a couple of matches first, get some winners' purses.
I do have other items available if they would interest you.
Do you do exchanges at all? Because on one of my missions to follow the will of Jesus Crustacean, I picked
No.
up a potion of diminutiveness.
A potion of diminution.
That's the one, my brother. Would you want to was there anything you want to exchange for that? Because honestly, why mess with perfection? You know.
Let me see. And he brings out a large book from under the table and puts it on, and begins kind of like flipping through the pages, taking each one at like a very leisurely. Not on these pages.
And I turn to Lilith, who I'm still very scared of. I try to like whisper to her and say, "What do you think that scrunchie is?"
It, well, I hope you don't find offense in this, but, it looks like a rock.
Why would I find offense in it?
Literally
It's not
no
my
reason.
scrunchie.
No reason.
No reason at all. I guess I thought, it just looks like a rock.
I just didn't know if you'd think it'd be magic or something. You seem big and scary and magic. So I didn't know if you'd be able to, like...
Did he just call you fat?
Oh,
This is not the divisiveness that I need right now.
I do hate to interrupt your lovely conversation of calling each other plus size. However, I would like to inform you that I do accept trades. And if a trade is what you're interested in, I only have a small number of items that would be of equal value. However, I would also be happy to give you the monetary value of your item, or trade you for a number of smaller worth value items.
Let's hear the equivalent exchange and then maybe just the cash price. I'm not particularly liquid, if you know what I mean.
I would beg to disagree looking at your race, Mr. Triton, sir.
You got it. You got it.
I can do you a bag of pixie dust, some goggles of the night, an amulet of the devout, or a scroll of Nathair's mischief.
Could you?
What's Nathan getting up to?
Yeah, who's this Nathan fellow, and what mischief is?
Well, Nathair, not Nathan. Nathair's mischief is a spell devised by an old fey draconic wizard. It fills a area, typically a cube, and everybody within that area feels a sudden surge of chaos and must follow that compulsion until its completion.
I will take that trade. I think I could have a lot of fun with that. Like at a rave or something.
Okay, then remove remove a potion of diminution and add a it's called a Nathair's mischief.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure if it comes
Lilith
in...
is suddenly interested in the raves that are about to happen, or at some point. The respect for Kyler in Lilith's eyes has risen slightly.
Slightly.
Because of the chaos or because of the raves?
Both.
Both is
It
good.
will go down once again.
As he takes the potion from you and hands over another spell scroll, it you feel like in your hands the spell scroll itself is like intermittently vibrating with like the internalized and encapsulated force of the Feywilds that lie within this piece of paper.
I can't find the item on D&D Beyond.
I will get it here for you.
As like that exchange is happening, Drazian's ears kind of perk up at the mention of a dragonic wizard, and like sidles up to the shopkeeper and says, "You mentioned the effects of that spell were in line with a dragonic wizard," and Drazian like just puts his hand on the counter with the back of his hand facing face down so that the shopkeepers can see the tattoo on the palm of his hand, and is like, "You wouldn't happen to have any books in relation to this, would you? In relation to dragonic gods, dragonic dragon flights and such?"
Rundar looks down. I'm gonna be honest with you, friend. I don't have a damn idea about what that is. We do have books about draconic gods and draconic magic, but I cannot say I have seen that particular symbol in my studies.
Could you point me in the direction of said books?
And he nods slowly and kind of wistfully points over to a section of these kind of like leather red and gold books that are clasped and bound. And he goes, "That would be our draconic arcane section for your perusement and enjoyment."
Perfect. Thank you. Drazian makes a beeline for that, and I'm going to start investigating those for certain things.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Do I get my advantage? Because I've got my eyes of minute.
If you're wearing them, yeah,
Yeah, I am wearing them.
then yeah.
I got
you
my
get your
goggles
advantage.
on. Right.
Oh, he neglected to mention that. What do they look like?
Oh, the goggles of
Yeah.
they kind of look like, you know, the steampunk goggles that you would like
Comic-Con goggles.
yeah, like Comic-Con goggles with like layered magnifying glasses that go over the top of them.
Amazing.
Incredible.
So like I had been
As
wearing
if you
them
went
like
the whole time.
I'd been wearing them like on my forehead,
Like a headband.
as a headband for a bit, and then as I get to the shelf, I just like drop them onto my eyes and start.
All right.
Cool
Fair enough.
specs.
That is.
Ooh.
Hold on, because there were two rolls there, and one of them showed up as a nat 20.
Yeah, so the higher one is a 21.
Okay, sweet. So, I'm gonna message you what I'm looking for because I don't want this to be public knowledge. Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. While Drazian is looking over at the books, and Kyler is admiring his new spell scroll,
That I don't know the name of for D&D Beyond.
I'm adding it to your inventory. Don't worry.
Thank you kindly.
Rundar looks over at the three of you. Apologies, Geraldine, Lilith, and Kronk, and goes, "Is there any way I could perhaps service you all with what you may be looking for? I apologize that the item you originally intended to obtain is out of your price range.
Oh no.
I do
that's
have a
totally-
number of trinkets and knickknacks that have small, negligible magical abilities, but are fun nonetheless."
Fun, you say? I'm quite interested in fun.
and of course, while you peruse these items, if you would like a drink or some food, simply let me know, and I will get one of. And he clicks his fingers, and you watch as the two kind of like server trays begin to float in the air. One of my unseen servants will be assured to provide you with the most excellent service.
Ooh, I would love some water. I left my gallon jug back at the train station.
My big old jug. Yeah. He, as he does that, you watch as one of the trays floats away into a back room, and you hear a small kind of like clinking of glasses, and then it comes back out holding a trying to think, like a pint glass of water.
No.
Which in your hand just looks like a normal kind of like like a
cup.
yeah,
Like a shot glass.
like a whiskey tumbler.
I don't down it all at once just because I don't want to be impolite.
I am just finishing adding this scroll to.
Duncan. While we'll do that, I'm just gonna. Kylo's gonna
There we
turn to the group and go. So orientation, do you think like the principal will be there? Oh yeah, him and my old man, they go way back to college days, man.
Do they?
Yeah,
He's
they.
gay?
Oh no. Well. I
Oh,
don't
you
know
mean
about the principal.
college orientation? I thought you were talking about sexual orientation. That's my bad. You meant the orientation for the academy. That's
For the
totally
yeah,
on me. That's
alright.
totally my bad.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually don't know about the principal's sexual orientation.
That's probably good.
But, I mean, I'm not. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean.
I don't know
the
about it
school's been running
currently,
long
but
enough, so probably I won't find out.
I might.
Probably. But no. Like, because I want to see the old geezer. You know.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You're close. That's very cool.
Oh, I wouldn't say we're close. I would just him and my dad are close.
this has very much the vibes of like that one kid who's like, yeah, so like my dad knows a guy.
Yeah. Exactly. Then
They
you
were
find out,
roommates.
Like your brother. And they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
As this conversation is going on, I'm going to assume by this point you've all found yourselves one of the tables to sit down at. And Kronk has his water. What is there anything that the rest of you would have ordered?
Red
no.
wine.
Apple juice.
It's like 10 in the morning. A nice Merlot would be great.
Not a Malort.
Malort.
That's a late night drink.
Oh.
As you say that, my
That should
lord kind
never
of
be
like
drank.
perks up.
up?
Yeah.
Mom?
Perks up is a strong word for a very lazily.
Some Malort for my cat. If you have any.
Do your unseen servants serve whale at all?
Sorry, you cut out there. I heard a whale, and then it cut out, and I'm afraid of what the second word was.
There's no good answer, really. But, sorry, do your unseen servants, do they serve whale milk at all?
Milk.
Whale milk.
I would have to say that we do not have it in stock. However, I could potentially.
Do you have apple juice then?
I do.
I'll have apple juice, yeah.
I'll take like 2 fingers of whatever top shelf whiskey you have.
I wish we could all use 2 fingers. Of course.
Hey, yo.
Play your cards right.
Yeah, your drinks are brought out to you,
Look at you
as
like
well
toys.
as a bowl of unlimited breadsticks. And that's not as in like, oh, they keep bringing it back. You take a breadstick and another one appears. It is
Love
a
that.
bowl of unlimited breadsticks.
Olive Garden could never.
And with the bowl of unlimited breadsticks, a second unseen servant comes behind with a large chest that fits onto the table and opens it up. And in there, you see a number of different knickknacks. I can list them all off to you, but there's quite a long list. Or feel free to make a roll, and I will tell you what you find. If you just want to reach in blindly.
That sounds like something Kronk would do. Is just
Yeah.
Whoop.
Like treasure chest after your dentist appointment style. Like just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will I have
So-
returned from my search at this point and be sitting around the table with the rest of them, or am I still looking through the books?
Where have you messaged me?
Messenger.
Okay. Faki book.
Yeah, the book face.
Is it D100 we're rolling or what?
No, it's going to be a D20. But this is a constantly renewing list that I can just randomly generate that will give me
That's incredible.
completely weird things. Okay. Drazian, I'm going to say you could find books on the second and third topic and on the fifth topic.
Hold on, let me count. I'm not good at this.
Yeah. I don't want to name things if you want to keep it secret. Okay, so
So not on the 6th and 7th, no.
not on the 6th and 7th.
Okay, so it was the 5th, the 2nd, and the 3rd, yeah.
Yes.
Is this like a library type setting that I can borrow these books and return them, or is it books that I can only buy?
You can read them here or you can buy them to take them, but you cannot rent them out.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the shopkeeper and ask, can I... Excuse me, is it alright if I sit and peruse through these books for a little while? More than happy
course.
to buy a couple of drinks and such.
Of course, feel free to join your friends. I believe they're about to get themselves into a rather fun little toy chest.
Oh, okay. I go and join them. I see Geraldine with the whiskey, and I'll turn to the unseen servants. I'll be like, I'll have whatever she's having.
It might have nodded. It's unseen, so you don't know, but you just watch the server's tray go to the back and then come back with 2 fingers of whiskey. Okay, so how would you like to do this? Would everybody like to randomly roll and see which item you pick
Are
out
there
of the...
magic items in this chest? Can I,
These are
can I check?
all...
or is it just shit?
These are all something that I have created called negligible magic items. Smaller than minor, but if you figure out a thing to do with them, you can do
It
it.
could be cute. Okay.
Who'd like to go first? Kronk?
Kronk rolled already.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Kronk, where did you roll?
I
D&D
rolled
Beyond.
in D&D Beyond, yeah.
You
it
rolled a
is not-
16.
Oh, there we go. 16. Okay. Kronk, you... as you
No.
reach into the box, you grip onto something and you kind of feel like a number of little strings press against your hand. And as you lift it out, you're holding a tiny lute with cat hairs for strings. And as you play it, the sound is not that of a traditional lute where it sounds like a plucked string. It is meow 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 meow.
Oh my god.
Play Nyan Cat.
I'm gonna see that and look directly at Kronk and say, I will buy you that cloak if you give me that.
I immediately hand it over.
Incredible.
There's a small price tag on the back. It is 4 gold for
Great.
this item.
That's fine.
These are like negligible,
I know.
very cheap. So
It was a meowing loot. What am I supposed to do?
okay. Oh, are you digging in as well, Drazian?
Yep, I am indeed.
Geraldine's came up first for me here. So Geraldine, you reach in and you bring out
It was a nat 1. So
what looks like a tiny kind of like a miniature version of a cage, but with no door.
all right. Can you use it in a sentence? Like, can I have a little more context?
It is a tiny cage, like a tiny iron cage.
Okay, like a bird cage or like a other
No, it
type
looks.
of
It looks like a,
eyebrows raised.
A little rat cage.
Like what am I working with?
no, it is like a prison cell cage that's only maybe about 4 inches high, 2 inches wide, with no door.
No door.
And as you
Okay.
kind of like look at it and figure out what it is, as you turn it upside down, you hear from the inside of it, "Oi, what the fuck was that for?"
Oh, hell yeah.
Hello?
Do I see anything in it?
As you look closer now, you can't see it originally, but there is trapped inside a very thin air sprite who is very disgruntled.
Well, I just tipped him upside down, so I would imagine so. Okay.
From across the room, you hear Rundar go, "Give him a little shake and he'll show you what he can do."
Is there a wink with that statement, or does he
No,
look mischievous?
he looks mischievous, but like not, like, it's an innuendo.
Like a fuck around and find out kind of? Give him a shake?
No, like go ahead, do it, go. Huh. Do you know, like, whenever a friend gives you like, "Oh, it's a prank toy," and they
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
go."
like exploding case of nuts or something.
Yeah.
I
Exploding case of these nuts.
Oh god. I'm gonna like hold the cage up to me like really close and be like, "Do you have a name?"
You farted on.
Why the fuck would I tell you?
Because I can fuck up your day if you don't.
Oh yeah, what are you gonna do, huh? You gonna step on me? Guess what? I'm in a cage. You're not gonna crush me. What can you do? You can't even touch me. I'm made of air.
Can I get you anything to fix your attitude?
Yeah, a door out of this fucking cage.
Yeah, anything short of that?
Oh, so short jokes now, is it? Huh? Just because I fit in your hand, it's a short joke.
Yeah. You want to be a little nicer? Maybe I'll be nicer.
Tell me, how could you possibly be nicer? What could you possibly do that would benefit me? I'm stuck in a cage for all of eternity.
What'd you
Wow,
do to get
Give him
here?
a shake.
We don't know each other well enough for me to tell you my backstory like that.
Well, then why
Bro.
on earth would I let you out of it? You're not making a lot of sense, little air buddy.
Oh,
Bro.
fuck you. Suck my
Okay.
dick.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it on the table and say, "Someone shake it."
I'll do it.
Great.
Please, I want to do it. I really
Go
wanna
ahead.
do it.
This
Go
should be fun.
As you
I'm gonna
grab,
scoot away just like a little.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the table and back up.
Pick it up like with between like two fingers. Like fuck
who's staying at the table?
Oh,
I
me for
backed
sure.
away.
I backed
Me
away.
for sure. I'm at that table.
Drazian?
I picked up my drink and moved like a good 6 feet back.
Yeah, I've backed away at this point too, taking the books with me because I'm like, I don't want these things damaged.
So it's the
As-
two himbos like looking at this cage. Is that what it is?
As you
Just
pick
do
up
him
this
both.
tiny iron cage and
Just
shake
in a
it
hot tub.
vigorously,
You're shaking it like an magic 8
Yeah.
ball.
you hear from inside it, "No, don't, you're gonna regret this." And then a very quiet kind of how far back have Alaska? How far back have Lilith, Geraldine, and Drazian moved?
A good
Um,
8 feet.
Yeah, probably like 6 or so feet, like enough to leave a good like passable distance in between us, like at least me and the table.
And Lilith?
I feel like I've moved about 5 feet back, but I've kind of like I've moved my way behind Kronk a little bit. So
Unfortunately, all of you, as this dissipates, the most putrid smell of sulfur fills the air. As this is a trapped methane sprite. It's a fart fairy in a fart fairy in a bottle.
Incredible!
Oh!
Yo, I fucking
Did we
called
take-
that shit.
Do we take poison damage or anything?
You don't, but it does compel you to like leave the area. So you
Oh my god.
uh,
By the crab. Oh.
anybody within 10 feet of the fart fairy in a bottle when it goes off has to make a wisdom saving throw to not leave the area because of the like incredible stench.
I'm not gonna bother. Just gonna move.
I heard a ping go off.
I was gonna say, do I?
That's a
I
4 on
got
that wisdom save.
Yeah, I got an 8.
I got a 10.
I'll do it on the.
Gerald,
How do I do that?
that's
On your
insane.
left side of your character sheet, there's the top box in the leftmost column says saving throws at the bottom. Hit the wisdom one.
Oh, I got a 21. I rolled insight, but it's the same modifier. Wisdom save. So.
Are you
my
on your
mistake.
character sheet, Alaska?
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So
I
you
am,
see
yeah.
the ones that go across the top that say strength, dex, constitution. Right
I just-
underneath that, there's a square.
Yeah. I just clicked the little button like next to the wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is then
Oh, a 21.
Dang.
I'm fine.
yeah.
You're like, whatever.
Look, I just wanted the breadsticks.
You did okay. Are the breadsticks ruined?
Are they though?
So
Do they smell like farts now?
Can I make a saving throw for the breadsticks?
Can we please?
What's the AC of the breadstick?
sentences that I did not expect to hear in this game.
Are the breadsticks okay?
Think of the
Um,
breadsticks. No, really though, are they okay?
Are y'all gonna be willing to bite into one and find out?
Kyler.
Kyler, wait, sorry. Are you asking Kyler in character?
Yeah.
Go on then. Ask Kyler. Go on.
Quickly before that, anybody who rolled below a 10 is compelled to move out of the range of the stench, which means Kronk and Drazian, you both feel like a little bit kick up at the back of your throat, and you're like, "Ooh."
Oh no.
Do I have time to like
I was
grab
right
an item
there.
for it like
Yeah,
I was going to? From the
Yeah,
chest?
you can grab an item and like run, or you can wait. 'Cause the stench will like disappear in like a minute.
Okay, I'm gonna wait then. I'm just gonna like grab my whiskey and my books and just go.
No problem. So yeah, Kyler, are you gonna take a chunk out of a breadstick?
Are you gonna ask me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna. I guess we're gonna come back to the table, and I was like, do you want to?
Well, that was
Are-
fun.
are the breadsticks? Yeah, Kyler.
Are they still good?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I'm on a seafood diet.
So like seafood, you eat food. So like
No,
you
no,
see
no,
it,
like,
so eat it.
Like seaweed and mollusks
There-
are pretty good.
There's sea salt. On
Yeah,
the
that-
breadsticks.
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, okay then. I'm just gonna
We love a
Goes-
himbo.
goes for it.
It's not necessarily that the breadsticks are like have gone bad, but there's still the lingering scent in the air, and you can't as you bite into it, you're like,
That's fart bread.
oh.
I think the
Fart bread.
ambiance isn't right for this food, and that's what
Okay.
I was gonna offer.
Okay.
As you, however, pull a breadstick out, another one, whoop, reappears in its place.
What is the fart fairy doing now?
It's just the cage was left on the table.
Can we see the fairy in there?
Very faintly, because it is technically like made of air. So as you look closer, you can kind of see like where it spins enough to get like visual acuity.
it.
But
I'm gonna like peer down at table level into the cage and be like, "Why'd you do that?"
Blue boy over there shook me. I fart when I'm scared.
Well, I mean,
You did say see what happens.
yeah, I'm
Yeah, I mean, really, you can't. You know, you fucked around, you found out.
Do you want to be any nicer now? Because I am your way out of this cage.
you're gonna let one go?
You're gonna let one off, rather?
I am the way for you out of the cage. So if you play nice, perhaps.
For you to get me out of this cage, you're gonna have to find the witch that cursed me, and kill her, and throw this cage into a pool of her blood. You sure
Delicious,
you want to
sounds
take?
fun.
You sure you want to take me on a journey to do that?
As long as you don't fart on me again.
As long as you don't shake me, I won't.
But you said it's when you get scared.
Yeah, and I don't like fast movement.
Okay, are you a little bitch? Like you're gonna get scared if you like, I don't know, like see a spider or.
No, I don't get scared if I see spiders. It's if you like flip me upside down and like shake me about. I don't do well with movement.
Okay, can I know your name yet?
Do I have to give you one?
Yes.
Or I
Fine.
can give you one.
Or yeah, it's either you tell us your name or we're gonna give you one. And right now,
Blue
the
group
name's
over here is gonna name you.
yeah, it's not gonna be cute.
Or Romney.
We might give you a nickname anyway.
Oh, Romney.
Oh,
like-
Romney.
Oh,
How much
Ronnie?
do you cost, fair stinker spirit?
I don't want to say. I'm embarrassed.
Go on, please.
I'm listening.
1 gold. I should be worth more, okay?
I don't know. I mean,
this is a
you-
very
you-
unique skill.
You
This is a very
clear
unique
a-
skill.
I don't know. Maybe clearing 10 feet of space might come in handy sometime. Like that potentially could be used for good.
A non-lethal
Don't hurt
making
yourself
people
over there.
leave- Making people leave tool.
Dissipation?
Anticipate.
Like dissipate?
Patient.
Yeah. Disperse.
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 Disperse? Not
Disperse.
Datperse?
Right here.
Not
Disperse.
Datperse?
Not
Dixper,
not that
a
person, but
streaming
disperse.
platform that allows users to
Display it.
pay.
How many dis per hour?
Okay.
Dis per second.
Well,
This
if that's the
this
case.
dick in your mouth.
Oh my god.
This sprite's a little bitch.
Right? Okay, what is this cage made of? Like, is it a metal appearing?
Are you asking
Or-
him? Are you asking Oramni or
No,
DM?
out of yeah, asking you.
From what you can look at it, it just seems to be made of a regular metal.
How heavy is it?
Slightly heavier than a necklace. Like
Okay.
it's not heavy. And the weight entirely comes from the metal that it is made of, considering Oramni is a air spirit.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. Is there a jeweler in town?
Yeah, there are a few.
Okay.
I like jewelry.
Me too. Would you like a jean bracelet?
Can you dye it black and put studs on it?
guess.
Great.
Think. I mean, I've never tried. Also, I have a spare necklace of as well, a nice shark tooth looking thing.
Can I see it?
Yeah. It's literally got like 4 shark teeth necklaces.
Like stacked one on top
like
of the other?
stacked one on top of the other, yeah. Just like pulls one on the head because it hangs quite low. Hangs like on the sternum.
I actually do have jeweler's tools as well.
Wait, okay, you might come in handy then.
Yeah, I'm actually.
And just sort of.
I do a little bit of jeweling in my off time. I enjoy it. Helps me make it helps
healthier
me make
than
my,
vaping.
Gear.
Shaking my
Shut
head.
your fucking mouth.
Kyle's gonna pass over the rather tacky looking bracelet necklace with more reverence that's actually probably due. So...
I'm gonna hold it and kind of look up at him, kind of smile. I'm gonna put the necklace on. I'm in this whole goth ass outfit. I have a fucking shark tooth. Be like, cute.
With my jeweler's kit, would I be able to try to modify that to look good with her fit?
Yeah, can you make it into a choker? Can I have a shark tooth choker?
Based.
Multiple shark tooths and make it like a spiked dog collar.
Please? Like, I want it to look... hold on. Like, I want it to look like this. But, like, these are shark teeth. Can you do that?
I love how you had that literally just
Don't
sitting
worry
there.
about why that's sitting on my desk.
I know exactly why that's sitting on your desk.
I'm just saying, I want that to be shark teeth. Can y'all do that for me? Kyler?
Yes. Hello.
Okay, great. Yeah, great, good talk.
I have jeweler's tools. I imagine Kyler has an unlimited supply of shark's teeth. You could probably make it work, right?
As many sharks as there are in the realm of...
It's funny, because I actually do have a shark tooth necklace like he's describing.
I am going to sit there with the fairy and say, okay, just calm down, please don't do it again, and I'm going to finish my drink. And say, can I get another, like, just look around and say, can I get another one of these? But, like, twice as much. Please.
Run up a bar tab in a bookstore.
The serving tray floats.
Self-insert.
The serving tray floats and disappears once more, coming back this time with just 2 tumblers with a single cube of ice in each and the bottle. And sets it down.
This will do us great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can I roll an insight check to see if the unseen servant is disappointed in us?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I believe next picking out of the...
I got a 17.
If a floating serving tray could look disappointed,
it would.
This one would. I
believe...
believe...
5.
Eli got a 5.
Yeah.
What are we rolling for the...
1d20. Just
a normal d20, yeah. Drazian, as you reach in, you pull out what looks to be a pure white candle. Nothing seemingly regular about it. But as you do so, Rundar once again goes, I'd recommend taking a step back once you light that.
Gonna fart on us again.
Is it another...
No farting this time. Though,
no, but it's a methane spirit.
Do not use these in conjunction.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Do you have anything fireproof I could put... Is a bag of holding fireproof out of character?
Yeah, technically.
Okay. Can an air spirit breathe?
They are breath.
Yeah, they don't have lungs, do they? They are
so they could exist fine if I put them in a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Even though it's supposed to be like a vacuum. Okay.
Okay, after she does that, I'm actually going to take a little step away from the table, because, like, I don't know what this is going to do, and I don't want to set people on fire. and then I'm holding the candle in my right hand, and I'll flash a spark up between my fingers, and
you
use that to light it.
Hit two pieces of metal together, and as the spark hits, there's a moment where like the flame is just normal, and then while the base of the flame is still firmly attached to this candle, it goes from a single flickering candlelight, and it now burns and roars like a crackling bonfire. You can hear the popping of wood and smoke that rises from it, and it's a fire that is maybe about 3 feet wide and 3 feet high, coming from a single candle that you hold in your hand.
Lit in a bookstore?
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly go like this to Kylie. And be like, put it out, put it out, put it out, put it out now, put it out, out,
Okay.
out, out,
Okay.
out.
Yep.
Wait, it's a magical effect, isn't it?
It is a magical effect.
I'm just gonna dispel the magic on it.
Okay.
Okay. Yep,
So
you-
now
you
Tracy
got-
is just soaked.
Kyler was about ready to spray some water, but yeah.
Should have soaked him anyway.
I should have. Oh well. Make a save and throw.
But more importantly, you note that the wax on the candle has not melted.
Okay. Did the flame hurt me?
No,
It's just like a flare, I guess.
it didn't touch you. You didn't like put your hand into it.
Yeah, but it was like 3 feet wide and 3 feet high, and I was holding it like this.
Yeah, but but it's again the base of it is attached to the
Right.
candle, so it's more like a very large, like very short range flamethrower where you're just kind of like
Right. Okay. Cool.
it's a chunky lightsaber.
I'm gonna turn to Rindar and ask, excuse me, is this purely for light and heat purposes, or can this actually be used to do a little bit of damage?
Well, much as any flame can, it brings with it death and destruction. That particular item was a failed experiment in the discovery of an eternal flame. Apparently, eternal got mixed up with enhanced whenever they were writing down the runes. Now it's a big old flame on a tiny little candle.
If it's not eternal, how long does it last? Just the regular
You guys
Lank-
still dispelled, or
Maybe about a minute, and then the fire will eventually peter itself out.
And then can you just relight it again, or is there...
I would be cautious about lighting it in continued succession. The flame gets a little bit bigger.
Good to know. How much does this go for?
That, my friend, is 5 silver, because nobody wants a flame that will continuously get bigger.
You'd be surprised, I'll take it.
That is yours.
So that...
oh yeah, I want the fairy. I want
Okay,
Oramni.
that will be 1 gold for the fart fairy in a bottle.
Fantastic.
I very, care... Before I put this in my satchel, and anyone who's got, over passive perception of, 10 will notice it, that I, open the satchel, look inside and gently put the candle in. Very gently.
Okay.
Before
So your
quickly closing my
satchel is-
satchel.
Full of things.
It is a satchel with little space left inside of it, is what we will say.
And we notice that it has
You know-
little
you notice-
space.
You notice the
You
way I
notice-
look at it, the way
Yeah.
I open it and hesitate before setting the candle in very gently, as if there's something special in there. Oh, one detail I forgot to mention about Drazian's appearance earlier: anyone with above a passive perception of 10 will notice that Drazian's eyes don't look exactly human. They're like this, vibrant blue. But instead of dots for pupils, they're more like slits.
Interesting. Okay.
Just a little detail.
Oh, okay. I know where this is going.
What does
All right.
Kyler find with an 11?
With an 11.
11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Kyler, you find a small circular clasped container, maybe only
Okay.
about half an inch wide, like half an inch thick, but it's maybe about 2 or 3 inches in diameter.
Okay. He's not gonna ask. What's his face? What it does. He's just gonna try and eagerly unwrap it like a kid at Christmas. Like, okay, had things
Okay.
blow up. I want to know what it is.
It's fairly simple.
Okay.
You unclasp it and it opens up, and there is what would look to be a makeup palette inside, a mirror that looks back at you that allows you to see yourself, and a selection of colored like paints or like inks, dried, so you kind of like smear them into your face, but imprinted in each of them is a different emoticon of like a sad face, a happy face, an angry face, a worried face, and things like that.
Kyler's just gonna hit with a. Oh, I don't really wear makeup. It comes off in the water, and just kind of sets it down on the table for someone else to look at.
Okay.
Like if anyone wants it, they can. He's like, yeah, it's not interested.
Okay.
Can we pick more than once?
Yes, absolutely.
How long do we have before orientation? That's another.
At this point, about an hour has passed, so you guys have got another hour.
Okay, as long as we're like comfortably in time.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
like-
I'm gonna show up to orientation trashed.
Can I pick up the makeup thing?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so Kronk picks up the makeup thing, flips it open. He got some experience, actually. Just because of making sure that he can accentuate his features sometimes when he goes out to wrestle, things like that. So, he is looking at it. He picks, like, the angry face that's on there. He's like, all right, that seems cool. So, what happens?
Do you put it on your face? Yeah.
Yeah, I do this,
Okay.
and I'm like, all right, let's start with some.
Yeah. As you kind of like you take a smudge of the angry color, which is red, and you begin to kind of like rub it on your face and make your usual markings. Fuck, you look good.
Yeah, I do.
You're fucking awesome.
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
you're looking at yourself and you're saying like how does nobody else see how fucking outstanding that you are? And you can hear Rundar laughing from the side, and he goes, "Aggressive positivity. That's a palette of conflicting emotions. You get aggressively positive, confusingly horny, sadly
Don't need makeup
nostalgic,
for that.
sadly nostalgic, and a variety of other combinations if you decide to mix and
that.
match."
That's really cool. I like that.
It's generally used to play jokes on friends to get them to act weird. A few people use it for espionage and such, though, to make your target act off the rails. But it isn't a particularly reliable source of manipulation. So, most people tend to stay away from it.
Well, unless anybody else is super interested in this, then I'll probably grab it.
No, the surf will take it off of me. There's no.
I will say that because Lilith, I don't think Lilith has had a chance to draw yet.
Oh, I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8. After Lilith is done, you can all get one more round of drawing, and then you're going to have to head to orientation.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
So, Lilith, you rolled an 8, which is going to give you as you reach in, you pull out a paintbrush that is entirely made of ceramic. Even the bristles at the end is an entirely cold ceramic paintbrush in your hand.
Does anyone know what this does?
No. It's just all you're getting.
No.
Here,
Not
try to brush
thank-
my arm. See what happens.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Go ahead, make an Arcana check, and do you brush Kronk's
Maybe
arm?
I'll wait for the Arcana.
22.
22.
You can't say that this is an item that you've seen before. You can tell that it has transmutation magic on it, but to which effect and to which length is not discernible.
I'm just gonna set it down. Maybe. Yeah.
Putting anything within Kronk's reach is a bad decision.
Yeah, he just seems like a test dummy at this point.
Alright,
I
well,
mean,
then I'm
if-
gonna pick it up and brush my arm if you don't. Jeez.
Oh god. Alright.
Kronk,
I will not be held responsible.
in the moment that you brush your arm, what gem or stone or mineral are you thinking of?
Thinking of like some kind of volcanic type stone, like obsidian, just because I was thinking of jewel crafting for Geraldine.
As you
Goddamn.
as you brush this ceramic brush up the arm, passing over both skin and stone, the moments that it touches skin, there's no effect. But as it brushes over the stone, you watch as the ceramic bristles soften and actually leave like a proper paint trail. But that trail changes the stone that it touches into the dark the dark volcanic color of basalt.
That's cool.
And then after a moment, nothing has changed. And if you go to touch it and wipe it away, you watch as it kind of like flakes away what it looks like and goes back to your regular.
Rad.
This is a rock disguiser, typically used by people that try to convince, this isn't a
Gems.
pebble off the beach. This is a diamond.
Yeah, okay.
It's a deception tool, but this one is faulty. And if the item is like cleaned or rubbed or anything, the disguise will fall off.
How long does it... Oh, it's just until it's like rubbed off?
Yeah, it will last until like somebody like cleans it or goes like really closely inspect it, and if they're like rubbing it or anything like that, the disguise will fall off and it will appear to return to its previous form.
Gotcha.
I offer it back to Lilith. I'm like, you want it?
I don't know if I have any use for it, but it would make a few of my necklaces really pretty. How
It's a
much is it?
That is only going to cost you 5 silver. Again, it's a faulty item.
I'll think about it.
The bargain basement. Let's go.
It is essentially a costume jewelry maker. Like,
I'll,
We know
I'll
how we
think
feel about
about it.
costume gear. Is the shop owner anywhere nearby?
yeah, he's still Rundar is still sitting like leisurely at this point, kind of like arms crossed, watching y'all and like laughing
the
at some of
children,
your
yeah.
antics. Yeah.
I'm gonna get up and like go over and like talk to him.
Hello there, darling. What can I do for you?
I wanted to know if you had anything musical, like sheet music or instruments, or any idea where I could get some.
I'm afraid I don't have anything of that nature. It's not particularly in my expertise nor my clientele. I do have. He kind of gets up and he wanders over to the box and he reaches in and he pulls out a tuning fork and he hits it and it's an F key.
Oh,
And he hits it again and it's an F key again. And he holds it in a different place to like try and change the tuning. And he hits it and it's an F key.
It's
mm,
a fucked up tuning fork.
It's a tuning fork that
No.
only tunes to an F key.
no.
Too bad it wasn't a G key.
Dun,
It's a bit cheeky.
dun, dun, dun.
That... Okay, can I tinker with it enough? Like, can I change it to a G?
Give it a go, please.
I'm gonna say if you're gonna like put that much time into it, you're gonna need to buy it and work on it in your own time.
Ugh,
He's not gonna let
okay.
you mess with merchandise without buying it.
Fair enough. Okay, I won't do that then.
Okay.
Okay, well,
So
I'm really trying to make some small talk. Like, we're new in town. We just got here. Is there anything he can tell me about people here, good places to go, like interesting things?
How to make 7,200 gold.
It's okay, baby. I told you I'd buy it for you. I have Daddy's credit card. It's fine.
if you're looking for that kind of money, best place you're either gonna do is get a job or make bets over in Zwan's Gauntlet on one of the fights that goes on there. You can make quite a bit of money from that if you know the outcome, or if you are feeling lucky.
Oh, Kronk, does Kronk hear this? Because, like, I'm over
Oh yeah,
where he was. Kronk hears this? Okay.
yeah. It's a relatively quiet, and like you're both speaking at like normal speaking volume.
Mhm.
So
I already know what that gauntlet is because Vite told me about it.
Mhm.
Our old friend Vite the Fight,
yes,
which was, what was he, like the captain of the guard for the mayor or
Yeah.
something like that?
yeah. He's like the in everything but like intellect. He is the captain of the guard.
So I already know about Zwan's Gauntlet, right?
Mhm.
Just from that, and I know it's a place where I can fight, and I might be able to fight Vite the Fight, who wanted a fight, and I want to fight with Vite the Fight.
Vite the
I'm-
Fight mentioned that he is the current champion over at Zwan's Gauntlet.
I didn't know he was the current champion.
He's head honcho. No one has won in a fight against him.
Got
Like
it.
he is a defending champion.
Okay. Did the owner know of any, like, music shops or, like, live music venues or anything like that in the city?
There are a number of live music venues. You got the Chastity Spellbound Garden, not too far across the way there. Puts on a
what?
theater show.
The what?
Chastity's Spellbound Garden. It
Dude.
puts on a number of live shows. Sometimes it's
Sure she
musical,
does.
sometimes it's theater.
Sounds like a good place for a cage fight.
I'll have you know Miss Chastity is a very respectable owlkin.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
But
No, sorry.
as for musical instruments, there are a number of crafters in the city. You could probably get someone to make one for you.
Okay.
I learned
Okay.
to play ukulele on my mission trip. That was quite fun.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. And bongos. Yeah, we had many a gleeful night with the bongos.
Question: did you ever learn to play Kumbaya Blah?
Kumbaya blah. Yeah, kumbaya blah. Give me water in my lungs, keep me drowning. He's got the whole world in his tentacle.
Oh my god.
Ain't
Deep-
no sea
deep and
trench
wide.
deep enough. Deep and wide.
Circle of
Yeah,
cultists?
Circle of cultists. Oh, you've done your research, my brother in Jesus Christation. That is incredible.
I am a bit of a religious man myself, just not in the same way you would be. And at this point, Drazian flashes his own necklace, and any of you key-eyed enough will be able to see it is a dragon claw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's I mean, it's not quite a sharp tooth, but it's got a charm. It's got a charm. I'm not above saying it's got a charm. You know. Could I make a religion check just to find out about if there's anything on the counter that denotes the shopkeep of a certain faith?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Thank you. Let's go. I actually have a +0 to religion, by the way. He's fucking.
The only religion he knows about is his own.
that was the
And
thing
not
for- yeah,
much.
that was the thing, and not much. 6. Just a flat 6.
He has red hair, so he might worship a fire god,
Okay.
As one would deduce, right? Of course.
which
Yeah,
instantly makes you a little bit like,
and could I do an insight check then to find out if he's got a fiery temper and does anything kind of lead me to that belief?
Go ahead and roll an insight check on to see if Rundar, the guy who has been talking, hey there, friend,
9.
has a
9.
fiery temper.
9.
He could be hiding it well.
Okay.
He could be, a silently brewing storm, much like the fart fairy in a bottle.
I think, and Kyler just kind of stands a minute, looks at him, and then sits back down and just doesn't continue the thought. Just that's it. Just no, not
Yeah.
worth it.
Rundar kind of looks up and away at this point and goes, and I think that it's time for y'all to be heading to your orientation, first years.
Yes. Did we tell him that?
We did.
I'm sure he knows that there's
I have-
orientation for first years today. It's kind of common knowledge.
I must say, you have that newborn wonder about y'all.
Are you an adventurer yourself? Perhaps in service of the flame god Mukluk?
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Go on, do it. Stick the landing. Do it.
And then I lost my niece, and it's at this point that he comes out from behind. He comes out from behind his desk, and he is in a wheelchair. He is in a wheelchair, and he's like, "So I found my particular penchant for magic still came in handy without my niece. It is what it is."
Question: how much for these books? I haven't really got a chance to look through them properly. Or actually,
These
would I
three?
have had chance to look through them properly while all this shit's going on?
You've only really been here about an hour and a bit,
Right, cool.
if even.
Mm-hmm.
You maybe would have had the time to read through the first chapter of each.
Okay.
But they're all like sizable books.
Right. Yeah. Then I straight up ask him how much they are.
I'm gonna say for each of those, it's gonna be about 3 gold each, so 9 gold pieces.
I hand him over 9 gold pieces and take those 3 books. And
Not a problem.
Will I have room for these in my in my satchel, or is my satchel like kind of
That's an
stuff?
issue you should have thought about before you decided to
I'm
buy
gonna-
3 books.
Sorry,
I'm gonna see. Oh, hold on. Are you trying to fit them in your bag?
I was gonna see if I could fit them in my bag. Yeah.
Can I just kind of offer you some space in my bag of holding for your books?
That would be very helpful. Thank you.
If you just just
Is this
You looked a little
a
bit-
euphemism?
you want to put your books in my book bag, Drazian?
Play your cards
Anyway.
right.
I'm gonna ask the owner how much we owe him for like drinks and whatnot.
All in all, I find you all quite appealing. You're nice kin. I'm gonna say it's a gold between the lot of you.
Well, you
I will pay the gold and just make it an even 10.
a gentleman and a scholar, and my friend here is a very generous.
Half
I
elf.
want to say elf.
Half elf. Emphasis on the half.
Emphasis on the half. Why?
Because my mother.
The other half.
The other half is human. But a lot of high elves tend to not look too kindly on half breeds, such as myself. As has been the.
I understand that.
Yeah. Huh. I think hatred really just stems from dry land.
All right.
As someone
I
from
am
a coastal
high
city.
elf. I was gonna say I am a high elf, so I'm just gonna be like, yeah, my family's kind of a dick about that, and just sort of leave it at that.
Privilege.
Truly.
It's not a phase, mother. I'm an Eladrin.
My other character's like,
I very gratefully put the books in Geraldine's bag and say, thank you.
As you put
It's
the books into
pretty
Geraldine's bag, you watch as they disappear.
This bitch just stole my books.
Do I put them in quickly enough, or does she get to see what the books are that I've put in?
She can see that they're draconic. You probably put them in like with the actual like pages facing up, so you can't see the back or the front.
Okay.
and
Cool.
I can speak Draconic, so I recognize like
Yeah.
what it is, and so between your like hand and like your eye thing and your, I have suspicions about.
Oh,
all
yeah,
of it.
you likely would not know about the hand
Okay,
thing.
not maybe, but like not the hand, but like the why you're being so careful with your bag,
And the claw.
and then the claw, yeah, and the eyes. I have some
Questions.
suspicion.
Inklings.
Yes.
Did I just accidentally do a gang sign?
I hope so.
Bronk is like, think that guy likes to fuck dragons, and that's it.
I mean, if you're a dragon, I'm a dragon.
As
Yeah.
as
Coming.
as you say that, Rundar like chuckles and goes,
Big one there. Your blind curiosity is reminiscent of myself in my younger days.
and you can see he kind of wheels forward to look at you. And he pulls out. There's kind of small pouches, like small containers, on the sides of the wheelchair, and he reaches down and he grabs one, and he pulls it open, and it's like a selection of handkerchiefs, and he goes through them, and he picks one out and he hands it to you, and he closes the box and puts it back.
That there is a hat kerchief. You once you fold it out, it's a lovely little hat, rather fancy, nice for certain occasions.
I immediately put on the hat kerchief.
Yeah, as you like unfold it, it turns into this like wide-brimmed plume hat, almost like a conquistador hat.
Oh my god,
Does
incredible.
the hat scale to his head size, or is it just gonna be a really
Is it
small...
proportional?
Is it a normal size hat on his big rock head?
It is proportionate, which means that the wide
It's like a
brim
boat.
is even more excessive. It becomes like an umbrella for the rest of you.
No one expects the
love that.
Spanish Inquisition.
Few people didn't.
So, yeah, Kronk now has his own like large feather-plumed conquistador hat.
Fuck
Don't
yeah.
be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Do I have to? I feel like I need to pay for some items of some type.
Yes, you guys. It was 1 gold for Aramni.
Mm-hmm.
It was 4 gold for. What was the first item?
The meow loot.
Yes,
Yeah.
the cat loot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you guys actually got anything. I don't think you bought anything else.
There was the makeup and the rock brush that I.
Yeah, there was
Did you,
that
buy
as
the,
well.
did you buy the rock brush?
I didn't know.
No.
I wanted to use it for sure. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. In that case, those together are going to be 5 gold for the makeup
Sure.
and the rock brush. And now it is time. The sun is beginning to peak in the sky, coming through the windows at the front of Rundar's, and it is time for you to head off to your orientation. Rundar kind of goes, "It was lovely meeting y'all, and I'm sure if you get along well enough at Truearm's, then you're going to be back here eventually seeing me. Many
Thank
of the
you,
students."
Rundar.
Till the currents bring us back together, Rune.
And may the waves keep us far enough apart that we shall not drown together.
Aww. I want to be the last one out of the shop.
Okay.
Lingering back, okay? Yep.
I'm gonna down the rest of my glass of wine and be the first one out.
No problem. As you down your wine, you're the first one out, back out into the sun, at which point Malort is at the sun that now beams into his eyes as it is like the noon sun. Who follows Lilith to be the next out?
Kyler has already said goodbye, so Kyler swishes out with a rustle of chainmail. Kind of slams the trident down twice as a "let us march."
Okay. Following Lilith, Kyler, Drazian, or
I linger. Geraldine has my books. I am like sticking to her like glue.
okay.
Oh, I don't particularly care. So I make sure I get that 5 gold out of my inventory and I head on out.
Okay, not a problem. And heading out into the bright midday sun, you're protected from the glory of your hat, as it acts like a large sunshade. Drazian, you linger for a moment, before possibly picking up on the sign that Geraldine wishes to be last out the door.
I wait like kind of out of earshot, but still by the door, so like can't really hear her, but I can still.
Literally, like just out the door and like there.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Geraldine, as you're the last out the door, Rundar's sitting there, looking at you, going, "Everything alright there?"
I want to buy the cloak that Kronk came looking for.
And you got the coins for that? It's a
Yeah.
hefty purchase.
Yeah, I do.
Not a problem.
Do I get to choose a color? Like,
They typically come in the browns and reds of fabrics, but I do have a number of other colors. What are you looking for?
Grunk, what color would you want?
Well, I mean, you can't ask me. I'm all the way outside now.
Don't worry about it.
Yo.
I don't know what your outfit is. Like, what's your wrestling outfit? What do your little undies look like when you wrestle?
I believe it was like
I chose
'Cause I'm
gold
thinking-
and red because I
Okay,
know
because
they
I was
blind
thinking
me.
that-
red, right?
We made the Nacho Libre comment, and I can't get that out of my head, so I wanted to check.
Yeah, go for it. Knock
Okay,
yourself out.
yeah, let's go with like a gold.
A gold cape. Fuck yeah.
Mr. Gold. Let's go.
I'll do my best. Give me one moment.
Okay.
And he turns himself around and he continues on towards the back. You can hear a number of like boxes being moved, things being kind of like pushed, and at one point you hear a box fall over. And then a moment of silence before Vrundar comes back out, and he comes up to you. I'm afraid we didn't have a pure gold cloak. The best I could do is this red cloak with gold linings and stitches.
Sure, I'll take that.
That's 7,200 gold pieces.
Okay, let me just pull that out of my inventory.
Thank you for your business.
Dang, I started with 15 gold, but okay.
Yeah.
Same, go off.
I started with 100k because I have money from Daddy.
Does make sense.
Money from daddy is what we'll...
Yep.
That's just a sugar baby.
Yep. We have money from Daddy.
Uh,
We'll talk about my income another time, I'm sure. Is there like a gift wrap, anything, like maybe like a little bag that I could use?
not in terms of gift wrapping, but I do just have a bag you could carry it in.
No, it's okay. I'll put it in my bag. I just don't know. Like, I'm thinking about like how I'm gonna give it to him without like freaking out. But like I don't have this is coming from a place of like I don't have a lot of friends, and I've seen a place where I can be useful and like maybe make a friend. So I'm just trying to think of like how to give this to him but not scare him. So like a wrapping of some sort seemed like a good idea.
I understand the gesture, youngin, but don't be thinking your worth comes from the money in your purse. If they're supposed to be your friends, they'll be your friends. And if they ain't, well, you're gonna find someone. You're a nice girl.
Thanks.
Now you
So I'm
best be
gonna-
getting along before you're gonna be late.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like kind of like fold and ball up the cloak and put it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
So like when I walk out, no one will be able to see what I bought.
Yep, not a
Or
problem.
no one will be able to know what I was doing.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Then I'm gonna walk out and like give him like a little wave goodbye.
He does like a really kind of leisurely farewell now.
Could I approach Kronk for a moment as we walk?
You're approaching me.
Oh ho ho! You're approaching me.
I
Yeah,
can't beat the
just go.
shit out of you without getting closer.
Oh ho! Then come as close as you like. Kronk, old chum, can I sit on your shoulders for orientation?
Why?
Because I'm a reasonably I'm quite what's the word I'm looking for?
Short.
No, because I'm good. I'm a good height, and then if I combine that with the exceptional height, will be a super mega creature, and everyone will want to know what we've got going on. They'll think
A Megazord.
we're like if two like really cool things were stacked on top of each other.
Okay. will you, while on my shoulders, wear the hat kerchief so we look even more intimidating?
I would be honored.
Excellent. You have a deal.
And
Oh,
just
does the
pull-
handkerchief stay Kronk's size?
Please,
And
please,
puts it on.
please.
I will
Over
say,
the.
I will say because Kronk doesn't fold it back up, it doesn't reset, so it does in fact stay Kronk's size.
So Kronk-sized trident, kind of like sitting on the shoulders. That's the look.
It's the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Dread Pirate Roberts.
We love.
I'm just kind of following behind them.
We're,
What have I attached myself to?
we are two trench coats and a kid.
4 gays in a trench coat.
Vincent Adultman, like just the-
Yeah.
I am a human.
we are, and like as he so clambers up. Do we need to make like a check, like, or is it gonna
Did he
be
make
fine?
it?
I would,
Pretty
there's,
good at getting people on my shoulders and keeping them
There's
there.
there's nothing like that is working against you. It's not like a slippery climb or anything.
Yeah,
So
okay.
no checks.
Yeah, because we both have decent, I think, stats and respective skills.
Yeah.
So clambers up and just kind of has a maniacal laugh of ha 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 ha. And now we are become the death, and just snaps back to like normal.
Kronk, for the first time in your life, you think, is this my tag team partner?
Oh my god.
Is this what it's like? Is this what they say it's like whenever you meet the one?
2 himbos in a trench coat.
To him,
Trying to think of like finishing moves that can be executed with my tag team partner already on my shoulders. Just trying to like, think of something
Trident superplex.
The tsunami.
With the handkerchief.
the great wave off Agalin.
Oh,
How far do we have to walk from like the store we were in to?
How far do you have to walk? I'm on your shoulders.
Shut up.
it's about a 20-minute walk / shoulder ride.
Okay.
So it's not super long, but it's winding through the crowd that is starting to like build up, and going through streets that you're unfamiliar with make the journey a little bit longer than it normally would. So it's about a 20-minute walk.
Do I know? I have the highest perception of the group, right?
You do indeed.
Do I just notice anything like worth noting, like as we're walking through the town, like anything I'll want to remember about this area?
About 15 feet in front of you, there's a Goliath
I
that's fighting.
Perceptive.
I know, we love
talking-
that.
Are there things that are notable or
I
remarkable?
mean, like stores or like, people gathered. Like there's like I don't know, like a group of like a club or something, or like any notable buildings, like anything outside what I would consider a unit, like a campus that I would note of.
Yes, so there are a number of like larger stores that catch your eye initially. As you're walking through, because you will go through 3 to get from where you are. You're in the castle church. You're in the stone ward, which is what this area is called, and you'll have to pass through the castle churches and the barrow, and that is when you're at the door, the gate to Truearm's. As you pass through these areas, in the stone ward, it is almost entirely composed of that large pavilion. So there's nothing else that catches your eye. As you go through the castle churches, you notice it's a modest district. A number of residential houses, a number of shops, but throughout the entire place, there's a smell of herbs, like fresh herbs in the air, or herbs, as Americans say. and it takes you a moment or two, like a couple of minutes of walking, to realize, oh, this is the smell from offerings to the different churches of the different gods that are here. People have come to make morning offerings, have left, like, burning thyme, rosemary bundles,
right.
things like that. There, in this area, there is, in the castle churches, there is Saint Portia's pub, Orla's Craft, and Vanja's Feline Theatre of Wacky Secrets, which looks to be a actual, like, toy shop, like a kid's toy shop.
Theater of Wacky what?
Vanja's Feline Theatre of Wacky Secrets.
Okay.
And you notice that this shop is connected to a one of the church-like buildings. You assume it may be something to do with the god, or it could be like, well, we run this as a way to make money for the church, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And as you then continue on through the castle churches and you continue into the barrow, this is a much more relaxed district. There is small gardens, like public gardens that people can go into, planting beds of roses and marigolds and different naturistic sites. As you walk through here, you see what looks like a very modest blacksmithery called Lumi's Dapper Collection, and a kind of general wholesale goods store called Altax's Warehouse. I will put the name of these into the private chat we have, so you guys have it for notes. Don't worry.
Okay, well, I was typing as you were going anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's like writing everything down.
I just forget stuff like a cool person.
I love that for you.
As you continue through the barrows, you can see now ahead of you, there's already a bit of a crowd, but you seem to be here before like the last minute rush of people gathering around what looks to be a large wooden stage. Is a crowd of people. The gates behind the stage are closed, and behind these gates you see a long and distant bridge. Eli, if you could change us over to the Roll20 screen, you'll be able to see the art for what the city of Agolane looks like. And that long bridge, for which you can see ships beginning to sail towards the castle at the other end, this is the city of Agolane. And that enormous, breathtaking sight of architecture is Truearm's Academy. As the gates are closed and the crowds begin to wander and rile up, there is a multitude of people that come here. People who look comfortable, maybe they're second or third years, they've been through this before. People who are as nervous could be. Kids who, like, I say kids, they're like roughly 18 age equivalent, who have got like all their luggage with them and they're like brimming with excitement. And past that, there are Oilkins, there are Leonins, there are Lexipols, there are Tritons, there are Yuan Ti, there are all different kinds of genasi, orcs, goblins, Veralds, Asimar, Aarakocras. Every discernible race and creed of being and existence is here at the gates to Truearm's. And the very sight of such a metropolitan kind of gathering of like everybody that could be here is here is awe-inspiring in its own way, only toppled by the fact that as some of the different students begin to come in, the sights are magnificent. One of which really catches your eye is as a Loxodon begins to kind of walk his way up, his long his ears drooping heavily, his huge trunk trailing to the ground. Loxodons are elephant-kin folk, and this singular Loxodon, who's the only one in the discernible area, is taller than Kyler sitting on Kronk's shoulders.
No, been outdone.
He is
All right, all right.
he is covered in these fine woven robes, holding this large brass orb in one hand and what looks like a religious symbol in the other hand, and you can see that he's praying. And Kronk and Kyler, you guys can actually hear him beside you, and you can hear that he is praying. He is making a prayer to the God of the Earth. He is asking for steady footing as he crosses the bridge, steady hand as he opens the gate, and steady mind as he comes across whatever he may face. As this group gathers up and everybody begins to, kind of go, okay, what's going on? Orientation was supposed to happen like 15 minutes ago. Have we missed it? Is something going on? In a flash, bang, whir, pop, crackle of color, smoke, lightning, fire, like a burst of cold air, the stage fills with this cacophony of light, sound, and vision. And now standing there are the faculty of Truearms. Standing at the centre is Avadar Triarm, a dark-skinned, balding man, grey stubble that kind of reaches across all of his face and goes into what little hair he has left. He is in a fine suit of scale mail armor with a large sword, and he looks very serious. Behind him, there is Leslin Fairwine, the political leader of the city, who you had met previously at the train station. The dark-skinned half-elf with dreads pulled back into kind of like a bun/ponytail.
Is fight the fight there?
In a marvelous green suit. Standing in front of her off the stage is Vite the Fight with his enormous double-handed orcish greatsword dug into the ground, and you actually watch as the weight of the sword alone is cracking some of the cobble on which it rests.
I look at him, I point at him, and I'm like, hey, what's up, man?
He kind of looks and he goes, and then he gets back to his thing and like being super serious.
That's my boy.
On the stage, then scattered around are a number of other faculty members. There's an old wizened halfling hunched over, robe trailing along the ground. The top bit of the robe is like nice and clean and proper, but the bottom, like the hem of the robe, is tattered and ripped and frayed from him tripping on it and like stepping on it as he walks so much. And he is assisted by a staff that is far too large for him, with a opalescent orb on the end. that as you look at the orb, you kind of get this dizzy feeling that washes over you. Not enough to like knock you out, but it's enough to kind of make you go into a bit of a daze until you snap yourself out of it. A number of other faculty litter the stage, but as the crowd begins to die down, Avadar Triarm steps forward, his hand clasping the top of his greatsword, and you watch as he throws the sword away, rips off the scale mail armor that was, it looks like, you know, like the stripper pants or like the stripper clothes, where it just goes vroom, and he's in this white and red feathered suit where he like he shows off and like he poses for a second, and then he leans in and he goes, "I'm sorry if I startled you with my wondrous display, but I had to show you that actions and appearances are often two very different things, and that is one such thing that we revel and cherish in here at Truearm's Academy. I want to welcome all of you, from the new recruits, from the new enrollments, we're not allowed to say recruits, to those of you returning for your second or third year. And yes, you returning for your fourth indeed, Jeremy." And you hear this one lone, "Yeah!" from the front.
Spring break!
We here at True Arms believe that where you have been before, what you look like and who you are nothing in compared to what you can do, will do, and choose to do. That is the main core of our beliefs. Did you come from a family with riches and expectations? Do you wish to be a beggar playing for money in the streets? We can help you get there. It's called student loan. Do you wish to...
Terrible.
Do you wish to regale the masses of the world with stories of your adventures or the adventures of those that you have trained and traveled with? We will teach you the lyrical harmonies, how to play every instrument known to man, elf, and dwarven kind. This is a place where you can become whoever you wish to be, want to be, and are meant to be. Welcome to True Arms Academy. Now, for those of you who are returning, I have some wonderful news. You see, many of you may remember that last year we had a guest lecturer, Mr. Gesh Persay. Now, Mr. Gesh Persay was one of the most acclaimed and beloved lecturers that we've ever had here on the school grounds, and as you know, he was still an active adventurer. However, at the end of last term, he promised to come back as a full-time professor. So you've got the... Well, one moment. And you can see he leans back as Leslin is like tapping on his shoulder and whispers something in his ear. And his face drops. "I'm afraid I have terrible news. Mr. Persay will not be joining us this year. He was involved in a savage owlbear accident of which his family has asked us not to inform you. So welcome to True Arms Academy." May you cross these gates and come out new men, women, dwarves, and whatever binary or fluidity your race conforms to. And you watch as he lets release these bolts of lightning into the air, and as they arc into the sky, they create these amazing fireworks displays, and as the echoes and embers of the fireworks fall, the gates open, grating across the cobble that they stand on. And now, for you, the group that have banded together by circumstance and may continue to stay through sheer blind luck or friendship, whatever you may form. The path for you towards Truearm's Academy is open. If any of you have any moments of doubts, this is where you can choose to turn back. But for those of you who are resolute in their conviction and know what they want to do, these are the first steps to the beginning of whatever story you may live to tell. As you cross the bridge, the white cobble clicking beneath your feet, the sound of the waterfall that Truearm's Academy sits on beginning to roar and echo into the valley far beyond. You pass through its gates and into its main courtyard. And as you enter the courtyard, you're met with two instructors. One clad in heavy blue and green armor, Vite the Fight. And the other, an older elven lady with a bookish appearance about her. Grey hair and a see-through pink shawl, who looks awfully familiar to Geraldine as they stand there. Vite remains silent, but the bookshop keeper stands forward and goes, "I suppose it's time for your admittance test. Welcome to Truearm's." And that's where we're going to leave it for today. Next
Onward.
and onward. Next
Not the
session and
milky
onwards.
bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper!
You know, it's fine. Now it's even hotter. Now she's a professor. It's fine.
Oh my god, that is hotter, you're right.
Right?
Next session and onwards, you guys will be figuring out where you fit within Truearm's Academy, what classes you will be taking, what missions you will be sent on, and should you decide to take a more practical course of education, you will find if you have been sorted into the same groups once again. But we'll
I
find
reckon
out.
we might have.
It might be.
That'd be wild.
No, two of you are getting kicked from the campaign.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Honestly, you were like, turn back now. I was like, well,
Wow,
well,
time.
guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Eli. You're going to need to give me your login so we can keep streaming here, but you're out of the country.
Bye.
Wow.
Gotta go. I
That's
didn't pass
Tracy
my
and he-
exams, actually. I can't afford to go here.
Wait, shit, student loan. Ah, fam.
I've been
Student
burned
loan?
once before.
I'm out.
I've been through this once. I'm
Right.
not doing it again. But yes, so I know that was a very talky and like jokey episode, but I wanted to let you guys
Get the feel.
get the feel for each other as well. I feel like you kind of all
Alright.
were like, okay, I know how my character is going to react to this person,
Yeah.
now, which is quite fun, and I hope the chat enjoyed it as well.
Yes,
I can
thanks
see-
everybody that stuck around. We
Yeah.
held pretty constant, which I think means
yeah,
were
I don't think
reasonably entertaining.
I don't think we dipped below 10, which was
We did
really
not.
nice.
Which is good. I was like, if we get more than 6, I'll be happy because that means we're all watching it in one person.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Wolfie.
Wolfie, and thank you to Wolfie, Mr. Dread, and Hoka the Pro King. Love that name, by the way. For all following, and thank you to Bailey for subscribing as well. Yeah.
Robin Cast.
Oh, and yes, thank you to Hard Ruler for coming into the chat and talking for the first time.
Wagwan.
And
It's here.
also Rebound TTV.
My brother was here for a while as well.
Yeah, your brother
Oh,
was
yeah,
here
Mr.
talking about
Dread's my
pizza and
partner.
kebab. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Wolf and Rebound are some of my friends. So thanks for
Well,
hanging out,
sweet.
guys.
Yeah, welcome,
that.
guys. I really hope you
Holly
enjoyed
popped in
that.
for a bit. That's always lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people probably had us on lurk, but you know what? D&D is mostly a listening game if you're not a player,
Yeah.
so that's
Very much.
absolutely fine.
I love
Very much
that. I
so.
love that everyone came by. That's so cool.
So
Also, guys, we will have the commands and stuff working by next week. There's just some teething stuff that we didn't get worked out, but that'll all be sorted for next week. So
we can show off some art and some character sheets next time.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Eli, if you want me to write you some commands or alerts, I can do that.
that would be amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, we can. Let's get together sometime this week, and I'll write you something.
Yeah.
Do we have a raid target as well? Should we raid another D&D stream, or should we look for someone else?
Oh wait, I actually might have friends online doing D&D. Hold on.
If you do, let me know, and we will read out to them.
'Tis Eli's prerogative.
I believe we will also get the D&D Beyond extension set up.
Yeah, I have it on my Twitch, but it needs turned on and everything, and just one thing or another. We didn't get time to integrate stuff this week, but Muxo and me
my friend went offline.
We will test something. We'll probably do a couple of test streams this week just to make sure everything is up and running and working. And all that will be sorted for next week, so you'll be able to see our character sheets and stuff.
Yeah.
And can I give a special congratulations to Chris, who is extremely sick today, but still powering through.
Are you also?
If you could tell.
Am I right in saying, Chris, you're a first-time player?
I've done a one shot before, and I've listened to D&D podcasts.
I'm just saying, you have overcome hurdle after. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
absolute joy.
It was so good.
We do have a first-time player though.
Much better.
In
I've a
Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska's first ever time.
I don't even know anything about D&D. Period. I've never watched or listened, or I know nothing about.
If you
D&D
ask
at all.
Alaska to do a saving throw, then
I
no
don't know
idea.
what that means.
Alaska doesn't know what a saving throw is.
Well, I have no clue. So
Just tell me where the button is. But
I'm having
acting,
a great time. But
they can act. They can act.
I can do that. So.
That was 2.5 hours or so of game. We probably will in future have a break in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, we just ran through. We were just
I felt like you guys were having a lot of fun playing with the box of toys.
The box of toys.
Yeah.
That was such a blast. I got so many painting things.
Did we buy the fart sprite?
Yes.
Oh,
okay,
absolutely. Are you kidding
okay,
me?
cool.
Of course
I'm really
we did.
glad that we have him.
Chris, I want to tell you what I want to do with him, so you can make sure you buy what I need, or I can tell you what I want.
Okay.
You can talk about it off stream if you want.
Yeah.
All right.
We will be back same time, same place, channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat channel.
Same bat time,
same bat channel.
It's gonna be fucking lit. I think we're getting some combat as well.
Ooh.
Oh.
Possibly. There might be.
Possibly.
There might
Not with my
more daggers. Who knows?
Not with my milfy
Fight the
dreamboat.
Dagger or hardly
No.
Humble me, I bet.
I can't believe that Kat's character dies next session taking a dagger for the gilf.
Honestly, and I'd do it again.
I can't believe that's in the script. That's crazy.
I'll have a backup character. Don't worry.
Gilf Pussy got her acting unwise.
That's pussy though.
Wise.
You all have your scripts for next week, yeah?
Yeah.
Sorted.
This was clearly scripted. But
Alaska's
it made
helping me
so
get through it. It's so great.
Yep.
Right. If anybody has anything to say, I think everybody should get a chance to plug their channels because this is a collaborative effort.
Do you know what? I am just going to do that for everyone now. Shout out.
Mine that I haven't streamed on since December.
Well, you know what? You'll have a crowd to come back to.
exactly.
Usually I stream pretty consistently Tuesdays through Saturdays at 3:30 Eastern time. p.m. of course. Except
but
I'm
you
quite
get
sick.
yeah,
right
you get yourself well first.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm gonna get well first. Thank you.
My name is Cass. I'm shockingly different to Kyler. I'm currently doing Gym Leader Challenge, Twitch Oku Twitch Challenge for Pokemon Showdown. And beyond that, I do fun little browser games, Hades, Minecraft, like variety stream. But my main focus at the minute is Pokemon. Please do give me a follow. I would love to see y'all there.
Yeah.
You have all been shouted out in chat as
Great.
well.
Dankeschön.
But
Domo
Love to see it.
Kat, would you like a chance to describe
Oh.
your channel?
It's a lot of chaos. I play a lot of World of Warcraft and a lot of party games. And
I feel like for the American audience, you're an early morning coffee stream.
yeah, I do a lot of like Monday through Friday, kind of like 10:30, 11 o'clock to like mid-afternoon streams.
What
and
time zone?
then Eastern.
There you go.
So like brunch hours Eastern.
Yeah.
And then I will stream at like 8:30, 9ish at night a good amount of times for World of Warcraft raid. And I'm starting Elden Ring soon, so I'm ready for a fucking match.
Oh,
I
are you
lost
really?
I lost several bets.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how
I've
that
never
plays
played
out.
a Souls game and I'm really stupid. So it's gonna
Nice.
be great.
You should ask Alaska for their build. Alaska blew through that tutorial like it was nothing.
my
It was
God.
crazy.
I thought that game was hard.
Also, this is Mopsy, if any of you guys have seen her wandering around. This is
Aw,
my cat.
Hello,
kidding.
tie-dye cat.
She's a bitch.
Also for like people who, because there are a couple of new people that followed here, I do stream like throughout the week as well. It's mostly MMOs or like action RPGs, so you'll get like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, and like any other like action RPG, the likes of any Final Fantasy game or Kingdom Hearts, that kind of stuff. So it's usually chill vibes here, but occasionally there's a little bit of chaos. So anyone who comes along here, that's what you can expect to see, aside from D&D on Sundays, obviously.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go through the VOD and clip some stuff for everyone if
That would
you
be
guys want
amazing.
those. Or like just like clips or TikToks. Like let me know if you
We
want
should
anything.
That would
probably
be amazing.
publish the VOD on like YouTube.
That's in the works. So Mux and me are going to work on getting that set up and getting YouTube set up, and everything will be put up. The VOD will be put up there as well. So
Great.
Dope. Do we have a raid target?
My friend that was doing D&D when we started is offline now, so you pick.
I have a person that two of my TikTok friends are in it. Here, I'm going to put the name in the chat.
cool.
Or will this not let me chat? There we go. They are
that's a
very
good word.
funny, very talented creators, and this month,
Oh, they finally started?
yes, this month the money that they are raising is going to go to NAPAWF, which is the National Asian Pacific American Women's Forum. And it is the only organization focused on building power with AAPI women and girls. So
Cool.
Sweet.
Love
a very,
that.
very worthwhile
Based.
cause. Go over, support them, say hello, say we sent you, and please continue enjoying the game, continue enjoying your lives, and as your guidance counselor, before we sign off, do your homework.
No.
We'll see you on Sunday, guys. Thanks very much.
Six seasons in a movie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh,
And there we go.
there we go.
And we're out. You should get a big follow. I'm gonna quickly hit Eli raid emotes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. That was a lot of fun.
As they watch,
Yeah, it's
and
good
then
crack.
they can redeem them, and then it'll make like a little sound.
I'm trying to see if there's
I've
any.
worked out how to do that. So if you want to tell
Oh,
me
no,
what sounds,
not
I
there.
can make like 5 of them.
Oh, someone else
So,
literally
like,
just
if
raided as
someone
well.
Wants us to like.
Okay, gang,
Drink water,
I am going to
like,
take a lie
roll
down
again,
for a
Yes.
little bit.
Go rest.
But I will be about later because my sleep schedule's fucked. So,
Relatable.
Things that come up because I have a few from Gamer
Um,
Goodbye, friend.
take
Yeah,
care, doll.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you just
Sleep
send
well,
over
buddy.
those files,
I'm not going to bed.